Ladies and gentlemen, first pod of the year, first guest of the year, and we are delighted to have newly crowned IBO Super Middleweight World Champion, Lerrone Richards. How are you doing, mate?
Yes,
Sniper
I'm
the
good.
boss.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Very, very well. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Let's jump
pleasure.
straight in. Dude, I'm surprised you haven't got the belt on you.
You know what, mate? I haven't got it yet. I'm still waiting for it to come.
Still on the delivery.
Yeah. Still waiting for that delivery.
Right.
But it should be with
That's
me.
a liberty that they really need to sort that out. Like, I was gonna win, have it ready. Come on now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, got it.
So,
because I had the belt given to me obviously after the fight, but it was Maxie Hughes' belt. Hughes. And when I was taking pictures of it, and I was like, "Oh, Lerrone, you have to give it back now. It's not your belt." I was like, "Oh, for God's sake!" Handed the belt back, having to wait 2 weeks for my belt, but can't wait to get it.
We've had Lee Wood on here a couple of times, and after he won his WBA from Shukan, but it was like weeks, wasn't it? It was like 2 months before they got it. So he went and borrowed Jordan Gill's internationals to do like long distance promos for like Nottingham Forest and stuff. G moves is how you got to do it.
Yeah, it's not the same though, is it? It's not the same.
Nowhere near, because you kind of want to see. It's like a certificate, isn't it? It's like you want the name on it. You want everyone to know what time it is, and it's Are you still absolutely buzzing from it?
Do you know what? It was surreal, really. It was because I think because everyone expected me. Well, a lot of people thought I was going to lose this fight, and then I go out because I was the underdog, and I didn't think I was the underdog. I always believed in myself, but but, I was the underdog, and I got the job done, and it was just lovely. And not only that, because it was fans back as well. You know, when they said when they said and knew, and the crowd just went mad. I was like, what a feeling. Yeah, so it's sunk in now. It's sunk in, but like it's crazy. But what a chapter. What a chapter.
It's like the true entry into world level. Like, listen, a split decision on that fight was very generous to Gongora. Like I had you comfortably up. Like comfortably up. Like I think most people that watched it saw you outfight him, outbox him on the inside. I mean, like I didn't want you to be inside with someone as crafty and as naughty as Gongora, because he's got weird power, isn't he? It's like he's got like it's just weird. And I thought, you know, it's going to be one that you don't see, and it's going to be one from the side. But you took a few, you laughed him up, like respect.
Yeah,
great performance.
You know what? It was a fight where people got to see another side to my boxing.
Yeah.
Fact.
Obviously, they saw now, and everyone knows I've got a good chin. I always knew I had a good chin. Yeah. I always knew I was physically strong, and I showed I was physically stronger than Gongora. And I think it was round 7. I hurt him as well in round 7. So, like, people saying, oh, Lerrone's got feather fists and like this, that, and the other. I don't mind. You know what I mean? I never get to it. I just don't care. I just do me. But I know what I've got in my hands. And I'm not saying that I'm a knockout artist, but I know that I've got enough power, you know, to keep you honest.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the big things I wanted to ask you about before we're going to go properly in, because like your style is beautiful to watch. I would say that if you are a purist, if you're like one of them guys that will watch like the Uzbek cards, if you're going to watch any boxing at any level, like you stand out. But from like, they're not wars, and people, all they want to see is wars. And like for you absolutely shut shit down with them. You have beautiful movement, beautiful combinations, technique out of this world. Like you are a flawless fighter to watch. When someone says things, because I think like even Eddie said it afterwards, like you're going to be super avoided, but like it needs to be more exciting. Do you think that that's just a product of like sales in the business, or like, because like for you, keep doing what you're doing? Like,
yeah. Do you know what I do? I'm not ignorant. I do listen to like people's, you know, views, but like you see, when it comes to the Gongora fight, it was a tactical fight, and
for sure.
As you can see in the fight, my conditioning was phenomenal. It was me I thought I was forcing the action later on in the fight. I looked more fitter than Gongora as well, and I could have kept going. But I had to be disciplined in that fight. And there's a saying: if you try to please everyone, you please no one. You know, I'll go out and I go out and have a war with Gongora and get knocked out, I'll be told by everyone, oh, you should have boxed.
Well, that was really what I wanted to ask about, because like I think British, I mean, the very handsome guy in the corner streets he's Aussie, right? The Aussie boxing scene is in a massive ascendancy, but it's not what it's been here. Us fans, British fight fans, they either want to see you knocking people out, or they want to see you like lose and be shunned. And it's really like I don't understand, with someone like yourself, there's always a few in the generation that are just perfect boxers, right? Now, for yourself, do you get aggravated with it, or are you more just like, look, you don't pay my bills and you're not the one getting punched in the face, so I'm going to do this way?
I think, for me, I've always just stayed in my own lane. I've always just done what the knockouts will come, and that comes with experience. I think people are forgetting, obviously I won the British, Commonwealth, European, WBO European, WBO International, and now the IBO World. It's just 16 fights.
Yeah.
Fact.
And when I gain more experience and I start doing more things that Dave Calder asked me to do in the ring, and I implement them a lot more in fights, what I do in the gym, you're going to start seeing stoppages. But until then, I'm going to keep, working, grafting in the gym, perfecting speech science. And then from there, anything can happen. I don't, like I said, I'm not ignorant. I do take what people say and listen, but but
that was what I was trying to get out as a question. Like, yeah, the fans will say that, but like from yourself, like you said there, like you will take it on board. You will listen, but as a British fighter, world level, I mean, congratulations on the 10 ranking. Like, it's massive. You're in a fantastic spot. Yes. Is it just a case of like, I'm winning, shut up, leave me be?
People, especially nowadays, I feel like it's too easy for everyone to have a voice that haven't earned the voice as such.
Yeah.
Like, because exactly like you said, look, in 16 fights, what you've achieved. Like, what do you want? Do you want me to fight journeyman that like I'm going to blow away and then have to hear, oh, when you're going to step up, da, 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 da. Or you want me to fight like 16 fights, I've got a strap. Like, what the, there's always going to be people that it's like, just fucking, it's beautiful boxing. Watch it, appreciate it, and be thankful you've got it. Because otherwise, like time and time again, we've seen where people, you just can't please them. They're like, when are they going to step up? They step up and they lose, like with Josh. And then it's like, well, fucking, what do you want? You got like, they got to do something. So keep doing it, man. We love seeing it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's like, it's crazy, really. But if you look at who I boxed in my, no one else is doing it.
No.
Like, no one else wanted to fight Carlos Gongora.
Yeah. No one's going to really want to fight you after that.
No one wanted to fight me before. It's crazy. But it's like, if you look at, say, the top guys, obviously top names on the zone, they've not boxed anything like Carlos Gongora.
No.
And I think, say, the fans need to sort of appreciate that I'm prepared to take the big fights.
Yeah.
And
when that list popped up from the zone, obviously you wasn't on it, which is a bit rude, but also I understand it because they've got Jacobs and Ryder and they've got them on there, which is probably the only reason that Ryder's on there. But do you see it and you just go, I should be like, what's going on here? Like, do you text Eddie just a little bit of abuse? Maybe just a couple of aubergines.
I did tweet it and just saying, Lerrone Rich is not on there. Interesting. But I take it as a pinch of salt. I don't care. Because I look as a business perspective. You got the is it the Sardinia, I think, something like that. The Irish, not the Italian guy on the
Oh yeah, I know. I can't say his name either. Don't worry, mate.
But obviously they're doing matchroom Italy, aren't they?
Yeah. It's all business, it's social media, it's all promo. I get it.
They have to do it for business purposes, but to push me to the side and not like include me, it makes me laugh really, but it means that I need to keep working harder to the point where they have no choice to put me on there.
That's it. And it's like you said with being the underdog, it's like, I knew I wasn't the underdog, but if you want to think of it that, it's fine. If you want to leave me off the list, I'll just keep winning until you got to put me on the thing. So
that's
bring
it. So I said, after I won the European title, that if I think it's the first fight when I boxed for Eddie against Timo Lane, my little 8-round run out.
Yeah.
They said it was boring, the fight. And I said, I will do this to anyone. Anyone. I said the same thing as Dick Harrelus. I did it to him. And then I said the same thing about Gongora, and I've done it to him. And I'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And do you love me? Is that what Mike Tyson said? I think, was it Mike Tyson? He said, I'm going to fuck you till you love me.
Yeah. And then he said a word at the end of it that we shouldn't. I think it's been eradicated from the vernacular.
Do you know the worst part of that is they made like a really catchy remix song of that interview where Tyson's just going mental, and it gets stuck in your head like, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me, and it gets stuck in like, can't say it.
What would you personally give your performance? Because everything I've seen of you and heard from you, you're a pretty harsh self-critic.
Yeah. Do you know what? A solid 6.
Okay, that's impressive. All right.
Yeah.
Solid 6 is also pretty much the header to my grinder, but don't worry about that. Let's move on. Oh, my bad.
There's a lot more to come from me, and when I watch it back now, it's a bit frustrating because I see all the openings I could have done and this, that, and the other. But like I said, it's experience at the end of the day, and I've learned that, and I won't make the mistakes again. What did
Dave give you? Don't say a solid 6 because we got. Like, I honestly won't be able to help myself.
He was happy.
He was
really, but he was licking his lips, really thinking, "Wow, like." You just done that to a world-class operator.
And avoided one.
Yeah, and you're not even boxing at your ceiling. So we're in the gym now, we're working on new things, and I'm excited now about what the future holds, because trust me, guys, in the next few fights, if people should just box me now. They should box me now, because in the next few fights, I won't be beat. I'll be unbeatable. They don't really. It's mad. So from a fan perspective, this is the sort of stuff that I think you should get out as much as possible. like listen,
have a t-shirt.
It's not talking the shit.
Fight me now.
Yeah, exactly. It's not talking shit. It's fact. Like, look, if you lot want to get in on this, you get in on it now, because I'm gonna dust you soon.
If you don't fight me now, it's gonna be very difficult to beat me. I'm telling you, because learning and learning and learning. My ceiling, there is no ceiling.
No.
So
that's amazing to hear as well. Like the positivity is powerful.
Well, mate, it's coming from the heart. It's coming from the heart, mate.
So with the top flight boys on DAZN, Sheets, how do you? Is there any of them that you're like? Obviously, they can all fight you now, but is there any of them that just look at them and just go, "You are." If Eddie picks up the phone and says, "Who do you want?" That's the one that I want.
Not really. I think for me now, at the stage of my career, I want to fight guys that are going to push me towards the world title, but also like the other world titles, belts. But then the names that people know. I think John Ryder and Daniel Jacobs is fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting here. Yeah. Give me the winner. Yeah.
Who else is there?
Benavidez.
Fedor Chubinov.
Yeah.
There's Benavidez out there. There's who else is there? David Morrell.
Yeah.
There's loads of world-class operators out there. That of course I'll take the fight, because I believe of the skill sets to beat them. You know? I know, you see, when it came to the Gongora fight, everyone was talking about Gongora's power and this, that, and the other. And yeah, that is a factor in fights, power. But when I'm in the ring with you, it's my skill versus your skill. Now, if mine's better than yours, I will beat you. It doesn't matter whether you got power or not, beat you.
You still got to land the punch. Hardest punch in the world. Don't matter if you can't freaking land it. So
that's right. And now people know that when they do land a punch,
yeah,
you can eat it as well.
Yeah, I eat it like a jelly baby. You know, so now they know. It makes them scared.
Amazing.
So I'm looking forward to the whole. The future's bright, mate. Future's bright.
Absolutely. Like you're in a fantastic position. You got one of the 5. It's like the world level is now where you're at, and world level is where you've shown to belong.
Mm-hmm.
So this, 2022. How many times do you want to fight this year, ideally?
I'd like to fight
Twice?
3 times.
3 times.
3. Yeah, because I boxed twice last year, but I think, if I had a fight between the DeCarolus and the Gungora fight, I would have been sharper in the ring with Gungora.
Yeah.
And then I would have been sitting here now with you lot and saying I rate myself as 8 out of 10. You know? So I want to be more active, and I want people to start seeing me more.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, to be fair, that like a lot of the guests that give us time and come on the pod, that seems to be even the more mainstream ones, like even the ones that are, got big followings, etc. They all say the same thing. And this is a perfect time now to get your message out. And unfortunately, it's like, for example, the man up in the corner, Ian, he's not about talking hype. Like I'll do it. It sells. Probably someone's going to get in your face at some point, and then I personally would like if you would sing at them. That would be what I'd be all about. Like I don't really want to get into that too much, because I think people just ask you to do that as a party piece, and it's you oblige because you're a very polite young man, but yeah man. So 3 times, with the final fight culminating in one of the disbanded 4 belts, or whatever.
Right now, Canelo's got all the belts, and we don't know what Canelo's doing. He can fight anyone he wants.
He's proven that, isn't he? Like, I'll just do whatever.
Yeah. So if the belts are not available, then that's me. Thinking about just getting the biggest fights possible, fights that you are announced, and you're like, whoa, I like this. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like even things like, see with the Gongora fight, people think, is Lerrone at this level? Can Lerrone take a punch? He's never boxed a southpaw before. How would he deal with a southpaw? All these types of things. Can he punch hard enough to keep Gongora off? Like fights where there are questions asked of me. So these are the types of fight that I would like. Learning fights. Like I said, I've only had 16 fights, but I do want to challenge myself at the same time.
You 29, didn't you? And you had a couple of years off due to a mad contract thing.
Managerial issues. Yeah, I was out of the ring for ages. That's knocked off. Like, to be honest, when it comes to managerial situations, 4 years of my career. But even then, I still used that time wisely, sparring world-class fighters. Tony Bellew was one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I was training. I was sparring with him when he's boxing Adonis Stevenson. George Groves.
Nice.
Billy Saunders. I sparred lots of Eubanks as well. The list goes.
We all know about that one. We all know, like, you've actually got his old belt now, haven't you?
Yeah.
He had that for a bit.
Yeah, that for a bit. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny how the world. It's funny how it works, because when I sparred Eubanks, after we sparred, he said to me, I would not make it. Yeah.
That's a dickish thing to say.
And I told him, you will make it. I'm sure you'll make it, Chris. I'm sure I'll make it too.
Yeah.
He said, you're not going to make it with that attitude. And look at me now, son.
My mate sparred him, and I've seen the video of it as well. My mate is Larry. He was fighting at Super Bantam at the time.
Yes.
And Chris was fighting at, 168, 160s, like, middleweight versus Super Bantam.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I've seen this video, and, the size difference aside, Chris wasn't being that chill about it, and he was getting pieced up by lads. And then, afterwards it was fine, but like even like a lot of people have said pretty much the same thing, where it's just like it's hit or miss. It's up to him. It's up to him if he's going to be a cock or not.
It's mad because when I was going to spar him, everyone was like, "Oh, he's not a good person. He's this, that, and the other," and I have their opinion of him. And I was like, "Look, I don't do all that. Let me meet them. Let me judge him off my own, for myself." And then met him. We had a little altercation, and then I was like, "Do you know what? He's just not."
What started the altercation? Was it just something that happened in sparring?
Yeah, because what happened? We won 6 rounds. That's what it was. Bar 6 rounds. I got the better of him in 6 rounds, and then I had a little twinge in my shoulder.
Right.
And I was like, okay, just leave it as that. So we're not gonna do another 2 rounds. We're only coming, but he was desperate, calling for an extra 2 rounds because obviously I got the better of him for 6. Came about saying I'm not gonna do well with that attitude and all that rubbish. But Eubank's resume and mine in terms of titles, what has he won?
Yeah, it's a very different list. It's a very different lineup. Like, do you mind running us through your journey to this point? Like, when did you start boxing? What club was it? I know you moved to Repton, didn't you? Afterwards,
I did, yes.
Shout out Repton.
So I started boxing at 6.5. Dad took me to the gym because I had a lot of energy, Right. And he used to do a bit of Thai boxing when he was younger. Loves boxing, and he was like, "Let me take you to the gym, learn a bit of self-defense, and just to burn some energy." And then from there, I loved it. Started to love it. I was going 3 times a week after school. Yeah. And my routine just became a part of my life. So I started for Kingston Amateur Boxing Club, where I was trained by a man called Freddie Barr, old school coach. He was a coach where he taught me footwork before I started punching.
Love that.
Nice.
He was quality, and even now till this day, I still use my drills and my footwork drills and everything that he taught me. One thing about me, I don't forget anything. So he played a big part in my development. And then when I started to get a little bit more better, I met a man called Tim Ward in the gym because he used to come down to Kingston and give us some pads. And he said to my dad, "He's talented. He's got something. How about you take it to Repton?" And then my dad was like, "Oh, okay." And then my dad took me to Repton. And I've got to thank my dad and my mum because Repton is quite far from where I live.
It's a long way away from you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's far. And sometimes it will take us 2 hours to get to the gym.
Fact.
But they always done it. They always, believed and stuck by it. And I went to Repton ABC, and then that's when it all began. That's when it all started.
Nice. England and Ghana as well, you represented, right?
Yeah. You got England and Ghana internationally. Yeah. Had 100 fights, lost 9, won 9 national titles. Not bad. But just funny because no one really talks about that. It's like I just come out from nowhere.
Yeah.
But that's like the classic, like the Instagram girl quotes, isn't it? Where it's like deep and meaningful quotes where they've just got a picture of like their arse, where it's like overnight success has, been like 22 years in the making, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. So, no one asked me that question, but I've got a good amateur foundation. Yeah. That's what I do.
For sure. So then you turned over, you went pro, started out. How many fights was it before you got the contractual issue?
It was 4 fights. Right. So had a contractual issue. And just a quick thing for all like amateurs and young pros that I experienced was it wasn't great, and it was because I didn't make the right choices. I was very naive. Yeah. If I could go back, which I wouldn't now, because to be honest, it's cliche, but it's made me who I am today. But if I go back, I would ask more questions. Yeah. Look around, hear what people have to say. Pick brains. Make sure you pick a manager, someone who's got your best interest at heart, someone with the goals and with your someone's got, like I said, someone who's got the best interest at heart. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be in the same position that I found myself in. So Yeah, I was out for 4 years or 2.5 years. I had to wait out the contract, and in that time, if it has happened to anyone else, I did not waste my time. I continued to grind, keep learning, perfect what I do, and continue to ask questions because I made some friends.
Yeah.
So I was out for 2.5 years, and then I signed with Frank Warren.
With the guy that you had the dispute with, was that a case of like being, obviously youth is always a thing, as well as, you know, I'm guessing that they promised you the world and then didn't deliver, which is the age old thing. From your experience, like thinking back, what were the red flags, the alerts? Like thinking back, you're like, if someone, say if I gave you that same pitch now with the, you know, Sniper the Boss as we sit and breathe with the strap, would you just look at it and just go, mate, fuck off? or would it still have you that little bit, that little spark?
It's hard to really say, you know, like, you know, going back to like how it all happened.
Yeah.
I didn't look around. That was the problem. I didn't look around. I just felt like, oh, he was offering me all these things. Wow, lovely. Let me take that. But they never delivered.
Yeah.
When I started boxing professionally, I was boxing on Miranda Carter shows on the Sunday. Big shout out to Miranda Carter because she gave me the opportunity. And I was getting paid £50 a fight. If not, sometimes I paid nothing. And this is
£50 a fight.
A 9-time national amateur champion here. Not signed with no promoter, nothing.
50 quid.
50 quid, mate. And it's mad. It's crazy.
So when you hear stuff like this is why you hear, like, when you speak to Dave Allen, when he talks about, like, he's putting management in for fighters, he's not taking a fee, you know, until it's at a certain stage and stuff like that. When you hear stuff like that, because, like, if you're getting paid 50, how much have they made off of yourself?
And that's the worst part. It's the people that put none of the blood, none of the sweat, and they take all the, like, boxing is ruined by more people outside the ring by a million miles. Like, it's so dirty because there's so much passion and drive, and they know, they almost feed off that because they know you want this. All we have to say is we'll give you that, and you'll do it because everybody would. If you want to make your dream happen, if someone's promising your dream, of course you're going to do it. And then the amount of people get fucked over, it's so infuriating. But that's the thing, credit for grinding, because when someone just moves the post, it breaks a lot of people. A lot of people are, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. So you're proof of what happens when you stick with it. Respect, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. I just stuck with it. And it's crazy, really. It's mad, but like, yeah, I'm saying like £50 a fight, but then I'm really getting paid £50 a fight, or am I just being given £50?
That's you're being given £50 a fight. Let's be honest about that, you know.
So I had to learn it the hard way. And when I first turned professional, I was looking at still as the amateurs like a hobby. And I soon found out quick that it wasn't a hobby; it was a business.
At what point was you able to, because you were doing up to the first 5 fights, you were doing Tesco's work and door work. So you were working 2 jobs concurrently as being an active pro.
Yeah, and I'll do delivering pizzas as well for Pizza Hut. No one really knows that.
Wrong.
Bro.
Pizza Hut, you know.
Pizza Hut.
Do you remember when they did a KFC and burger pizza? Man, I still have nightmares about it. I wake up sometimes. I walk past it and it's like, why is there chicken? Like, chicken on a pizza is like, that's a sin.
Hey.
It's close to a sin. Come on, streets. You can't have chicken on a pizza.
Hey, I'm Aussie. I love pineapple on pizza, and everyone seems to hate that. So
right.
Anyway, sorry, Pizza Hut. Yeah.
So yeah, Pizza Hut. I was a doorman. Stock controller for Tesco's. I worked in a call center at one stage. You know, what I mean,
to be fair, you do have a good voice for it. What was the call? What industry was the call center? You don't have to say the company.
It was remember Love Film?
Lovefield.
Love Film. You know,
Love
like
Film. Shit! What even was Love Film?
it was.
I never knew. It was like Netflix where you posted it, but after Netflix was already online, weren't it?
Yeah, so I think they've been bought by Amazon now.
Okay.
But we used to send out games, DVDs.
Sick.
Yeah, I used to say it in my sleep, bro. Hello, welcome to Garfield Customer Service. How can I help you? Bro. Yeah.
How many times did someone absolutely give it to you down the other end of the phone and you just thought, mate, like, listen, don't let the voice and the smooth demeanor fool you. Someone's getting coofed up.
Yeah, you got it a lot, mate. But you know, it's mad because I was always able to calm people down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Good.
Post call center, you sign up with Frank and Francis as the manager, yeah?
Francis, yes, yeah.
Sick. Now, was that, I mean, obviously, you know, Frank, love him or hate him, you don't exist at his level for this long without knowing what you're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You just got to look at like Daniel Dubois getting a world title shot, and you're like, respect Frank.
Frank
work. Yeah.
For years, and he'll continue to be in this sport for years because he knows what he's doing.
He really does.
They gave me activity in the first year, and I got a lot out of it. I won the British, I won the Commonwealth, and then when near the end of say the contract, near the end of our relationship, I accomplished those things and I had to move on, and obviously that's why I'm with matchroom.
Yeah. When what was the point where you're like, Dave Caldwell, you're my guy. I need to. Was it a case that you just thought, I need to learn more? This is the next level, and Dave just fit chemistry wise?
You know, I was out in Vegas with Joe Joyce training with Ismail Salas.
Yep, sure.
And I was
small flex. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
love it, well.
love the flex. Yeah,
it was wicked, mate. Really enjoyed it. Ismail Salas was going to be in my corner.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, it was brilliant, mate. Unbelievable. Because at that time, I was meant to be fighting for the WBC silver.
Yep.
And that guy became injured, I was told. And then I got offered Umar Sadiq.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, no problem. Like, I've been in Vegas training hard. I'm not going to waste a training camp.
Yeah.
And then that's when the lockdown hit.
Nice. Cheers.
I was like, oh, I have to travel back to London. I don't want to be stuck in Vegas.
No.
So went back to London. And then when the rules restrictions loosened, and they said I have to start training again, I had to find a coach that would suit my style, that was world class in England. And I picked Dave Caldwell. And then that's when I let my team know, obviously, and then they contacted Dave, and then, here we are today.
You picked Dave Caldwell before and then said, sort this out?
Yeah, I said I want Dave Caldwell. And
I love that. What was it about Dave that made you go, this is my guy?
I'm very, I think quite deep at times, not all the time, but at times, about coaches and stuff. I watch Dave videos of Dave, see his demeanor, see what his mindset's like.
Yeah.
Fighters he's trained as well, how he's developed them as fighters over the years. And I was like, you know what? This guy is the man for me. And not only that, you see, I don't know, it was a film, it's Enter the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
And when he pointed to the sky, and he said to the kid, something along these lines about, what do you see? And then the kid was looking at the finger. Oh, you should be looking at the
you miss all the heavenly glory.
That's it, yes. That's what it was with Dave. Because
nice.
That's what made me think, you know what? Me and this man are going to do things. And look what we've done in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Like in a year, it's astonishing.
Yeah,
you've completed the domestic and even continental set. You've now moved into worlds, only onwards and upwards.
That's it. So can't wait, mate. Future's so bright. Man.
Where did the nickname come from? Sniper the Boss.
Was my dad. So when I was younger, I was very good at throwing straight shots. I'm still good at it.
And, you're not bad. Yeah, you're not bad.
Yeah. That's lovely long jabbler, lovely. you're the boss, Lerrone, you're the boss. And he was like, that's what my dad shouts still. And he was like, sniper. That's because you've got long arms, you know, long range.
Nice.
And but you're the best at it. You're the boss. And he put it,
Love that. And then it's just, there it is.
put it together, sniper the boss. And I've had that name since I was like 8 years old.
Shit.
Yeah, for a long time. Like my first boxing glove has sniper the boss written in it.
Right. That's strong.
Awesome.
Where's the black and yellow come from? Just like, are you like a B guy, or you just like, you just stinging fuckers?
Obviously, the black and yellow complement my skin tone for one, but not only that,
It like, seriously, every time I see you on telly in the black and yellow, I get lost in the eyes. I'm not gonna lie, I get sucked in. Done.
but it's Muhammad Ali, you know, like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah,
And it works, man. I love it.
it's
I love
strong.
it. Yeah,
It's proper strong,
and
and
it's my style as well because I hit you and I don't get hit.
There you go.
See,
Yeah.
I need you to be talking this shit all the time. All of the noise. Literally just starting up Instagram lives. Like, I just want everyone to know that, listen, you're all gonna get it. Bosh, down. You know, just start really giving it like big sound bites. Get a hype man. Get a hype man. Get Bellew to do it. Bellew will do it for you now.
It's mad, bro, it's mad because I can speak, but I've always been one of these guys that
I know.
think to myself, let me earn my stripes before I can start. Because one thing I hate is like people that haven't done anything to get to that position and they're just yap. And I get it, you know,
Jake Paul.
it gets you like, attention, get it. But now I'm in a position now where I can just say what I want, you know, respectfully.
Yeah.
But hypothetical. Okay, speaking on that, with Streets' favorite up there with Jake Paul, JP the GOAT, as I like to call him.
Yeah.
You get the little ring. Jake's about to start camp. We really want like super skilled, fast, slick, world level boxers. You just gonna do it and piece him up, or are you gonna just like, are you gonna follow the decorum of the warrior and just, you know, just be very respectful? Or is it just like, look, I've got to do a lesson. You got school time, son. We're about to get science out.
Straight professional, taking business. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? As someone that's had to do it the hard way, like a long way, you've had disputes, you've had all this other stuff. You have a guy that is, listen, he is a YouTuber, he is putting in the work, he is fighting, he's blah, 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 all of that stuff. Yeah. You recognize what it takes for even like a JP to do that. For you, as now a newly crowned world champion, do you think it helps or hinders you personally? Like you personally?
Do you know what? No, not really. Because like I just stay in my own lane.
Would you fight on one of his cards?
Yeah, why not? If they're
perfect,
business, you know, why not? You know, if it makes sense, then why not? I think he's doing good. You know, I can't knock what he's doing. If I was in his position, would I do the same thing? Yes. Wouldn't you? You know,
for sure. Mate, what do you think we started this podcast for? I want to get big enough to fight YouTubers. I'm ready. I'm in.
There you go. I think he's doing all right, and he can box.
Yeah,
I think
he's not bad.
He can box a little bit, and he's coached by a man called BJ Flores.
Yeah, BJ Flores. Yeah,
he knows stuff, and I see improvements in him every fight. I just want to see him fight Tommy Fury. I want to see what he does there because, then boxing someone who can box.
What do you speaking to what do you think of the heavyweights at the minute? Are you like 100% Fury's the G, no one else can touch him? Like, how did you feel about the Usyk Joshua like fight, the whole scope? Because like heavyweight is completely in disarray at the minute, isn't it?
It is. It's just mad, really. But we're talking about who I think the best heavyweight is. Right? Skillful wise, it's got to be Usyk. Yeah. Tyson Fury, he showed a lot of skill, a lot of improvements in the last fight. They've been really entertaining. But I think Usyk's number one for me.
Yeah.
If I was to pick someone, Fury or Usyk, as much as obviously Fury is a Brit and it would be nice for him to win, I'd pick Usyk beats Fury.
Would you really?
Yeah, I think he beats Fury. I think he beats everyone.
Interesting. What makes you think that, like, obviously, size aside, they move extremely well, but very differently. Do you just think that there's something about Usyk that's unknown that we just haven't seen yet?
It's like, if you look at Usyk's resume, I've been watching this guy for years, from even the amateurs. He's boxed big guys before.
Yeah, for sure.
He beats them. And with Usyk, it's not just physical, it's mental. You're constantly thinking in there. Look at the fight with Joshua. Joshua was obviously much bigger, but mentally after the fight, he was drained.
He's done, wasn't he?
Drained.
Usyk's output is insane too. Like, he can punch from that was the thing in the commentary. They were like, "Oh, how long can Usyk keep this up?" He's like, "Clearly, the whole fight and more."
For about 2 weeks straight, mate. Like, nothing has ever made you think that he gets tired at all. Him and his little mate, they both do the same thing. They just keep cranking it till there's no more.
That's it. It's mental. Like, even you see Loma when he boxed Luke Campbell. Remember, he boxed Luke Campbell, and Luke Campbell's a very good boxer.
Yeah.
And Luke kept up with him for a while.
Yeah.
But it's the mental pressure, because he don't stop.
No. We always said with that Loma Campbell fight, it was like Campbell won 30 to a minute of a 3-minute round, where Loma would clearly win 2 minutes of the 3 minutes. Like it, and that's an achievement in itself, which is saying something, isn't it?
Yeah, and even Tony Bellew, when he boxed Usyk,
he's
doing very well.
He wasn't doing bad at all.
Right. But it's mental. He don't stop. He's always in your face. He's strong. He moves fast. He
makes you pay for any mistake, the smallest mistake, especially as it goes on. They just learn, like,
they're studying you as the fight goes on. It's unbelievable.
Do you when will there be an announcement for your next fight, or is it not even in chats yet?
Do you know what? I'm just still waiting. I think I'll be fighting in April.
Nice.
I want a good name now. I want a name that everyone recognizes. A good profile fight for me.
Nice.
I think what I need. So see what Eddie and Frank Smith's got in store for me, and then we'll move from there. But I just want to be in good fights now. Fights where people are like, you know what, this is a real fight. I'm not one of these guys that want to keep fighting guys like that are not, ain't got the biggest of name. But if I do have to fight guys like that, just understand, guys, it's for a reason. You know, it's for a reason. Because I don't say no to any fight, but that's why I have a management team.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's all about taking the right steps at the right time, and
Listen, this is a strange time for the sport. Like, streets will echo it even further. But you have someone like Demetrius Andrade, who's a division south of you, two-way undefeated world champion, got the biggest platform behind him, which you're on too, got the biggest promoter probably in the game. Like, Eddie's running it, and like you can't get the geezer a fight. Like, he can't catch a name to save his life. So, that's someone, he's 32 fights in now. Like, he's literally double the experience of you, and he can't get that. So, it's at it's at a turning point now. Like, the zeros mean way less than what they did before. People just want the fights.
It's mad, really, how he hasn't had a big fight, but it's because he's. I think sometimes, if you're just too good, you don't get big fights.
No.
Dimitri Andrade, and you see, I say myself, when we retire, that's when we'll be appreciated.
Yeah.
Type of fighters that will be appreciated after we retire. We won't be appreciated when we're active, because it's like, how's a guy not had a big fight? But I know why, because he's good.
Yeah. He's just it's all
people
risk,
see the risk and they don't see the reward.
That's it. Yeah. But then the reward's a world title.
Exactly.
No one wants to even touch it.
But the stakes, like, even for yourself, like, the stakes, you're in that same category. We had Dan Aziz on after he got his British title. Like, he will be in the same situation where too good, too dangerous, too risky. But while you have that strap, you have to be given fights, even if they're like beneath you. You still have to be given fights. The second that strap goes, for whatever reason, that's when you got a real problem on your hands, and that's where it's like a real clawback.
No one's gonna want this. If I get beaten, no one's gonna fight me. No, Araz will pack my bags and say, "See you later."
unless it's with someone who's big in the game, like you have.
Yeah.
That you have that almost. It's not a safety cushion, but one loss doesn't define you.
No.
One loss can be any matter of stuff. And who's to say that you even do lose?
Yeah, but that's what gives me even more hunger.
Yeah,
that's what I said, because I'm like, I wouldn't want to fight me, but these guys have to.
I don't really want to fight you either, to be honest.
I'm a horrible man to fight, but it's like it's crazy, really. But when you talk about Dan Aziz, what a performance when he boxed Jose Burton! What a performance! What a performance! I've watched Dan Aziz for years, and I get along with him really well. And I have to give him a little shout out here because such a lovely guy and a quality operator. And
listen, he got shunned from being on Love Island, and won the British. Like it fueled him to get the British title. That's fact. We know this. Dan's a G.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Good guy.
Yeah.
I wonder where he's going to go from here, because everyone domestically, say underneath here, the top guy. Is there any point of him fighting them?
No. And he does belong with the Yards, the Arthurs, the Johnsons. I can't remember the other names because it's quite late. But like, there's 6 light heavies on domestic level alone they're world level, and he's in there with all of them.
He is. I think for me, I would like to see him pick up the Commonwealth.
Nice. To complete the set.
Complete the set.
Yeah.
And then on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see Dan do. Yeah, a really good performance from him in his last fight.
Really, really was. Mate,
yeah,
Streets, do you have any questions for the champ?
Hey, that was thank you so much for joining us, champ. It's been fucking amazing having you on.
It's good, mate. It's good to meet you and chat to you both, man.
Lovely to meet you. It's like an absolute pleasure, dude.
Yeah, mate. We'll do this another time. It'd be great.
Sure. Yeah. You just got to sing us out, obviously. I don't want you to sing us out. Mate, how many people ask you to do that now? Is this becoming your thing? Is it like...
You know what? It's mad. It's mad how many times, but I don't mind. I enjoy it.
Fire up a cameo,
a little
mate.
side hustle
make
there.
a cameo. Yeah, make a cameo. Make a cameo. Start doing happy birthday messages. The whole lot.
It's got to be someone's birthday today, and it said I'll give someone a happy birthday if you like.
No, you're all right, dude. I wouldn't. You can't bring a world champion down to singing. It's got to be choice elected only, mate. Thank you so much for your time, man. Really appreciate it, and we really look forward to maybe we'll get you on when the fight's announced.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, perfect. No problem.
Thank you. Mate, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, yeah?
Take care, bro.
Take care, brother. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.